Hi guys, in today's game, Bobby plays the Evans Gambit, and this game was played in 1964 and it is one of his most memorable 60 games. Oyarzabal has the black pieces and Bobby has the white pieces and starts off with e4, then we get e5, knight f3 hitting the pawn, knight c6 developing and defending, bishop to c4. So here we are getting the Italian from Bobby, and Sal responds with the Giuoco Piano with bishop to c5. Then we get b4, which is the Evans Gambit, giving up the pawn for central advantage. And Sal accepts the gambit. Then we get c3, hitting the bishop. Bishop drops back to e7, then Bobby goes g4, striking in the center, and Sal then opens the square for the bishop to develop and supports the central pawn. Bobby takes, Sal recaptures with the knight hitting the undefended bishop, Bobby takes, Sal takes, and we get queen to the king side on h5, so not trading queens as he's down material, so he wants to attack and here threatening a nasty capture on the f7 pawn. g6 hitting the queen. Now the queen scoops up the central pawn and also hitting that rook. Sal develops the knight to f6. Bishop to a3 from Bobby. Now two attackers on the pinned bishop, making it difficult to castle for black. We get rook to f8 to unpin that knight. Bobby castles and Sal goes knight to g4, hitting Bobby's queen, and then we get queen to g3. Sal takes. Bobby recaptures with the knight, so the knight is a bit stranded over there, but Sal develops the queen, also hitting the knight and that pawn, but for obvious reasons can't take the pawn as a rook is going to pin it to the king on the e-file. Bobby goes bishop to b5 check. Sal blocks with c6. Now Bobby has two hanging pieces, the bishop as well as the knight. Bobby says, "Oh no, my bishop," with knight to c4, arguing that the king in the center will be worth the sacrifice of the bishop, and it's actually the line the engine prefers as follows with takes, knight to g6 check, king moves and knight recaptures. But going back to the game, in the game we got Sal going queen to e2, but this is a blunder according to the engine, and Bobby responds with, "Oh no, my bishop," again, bringing the rook to an open file, and then Sal finally accepts and takes the bishop with the pawn, and Bobby finds the absolute beast move, which is queen to c7, saying, "Oh no, my knight," but also threatening mate on d8, so Sal goes bishop to b7, cutting off the queen and the rook's coordination, but Bobby plays the best move, knight to d6 check. So the king is forced to e7, and then we get Bobby again saying, "Oh no, my knight," with knight to e5, and we get Sal taking the knight with the pawn. Bobby recaptures, also threatening to bring a rook to the e-file to win the queen. Sal then goes rook to c8, hitting Bobby's queen. Bobby takes the bishop on d7 and Sal takes with the queen, but this allows f6, trying to deflect the king away from the queen's defense. However, Sal takes with the knight, and we get Bobby responding with rook to e1 check, covering all the king's squares, so we get forced knight e4, and of course Bobby happily takes with the rook on e4 check. So king is forced to f6, and then Bobby takes the queen on d7, and then Sal goes rook d8, hitting the queen and also threatening a back rank mate. However, it's too late as it is a forced mate, which Bobby actually missed as follows. King runs, then we get the rook coming in and stopping the king from running to the back rank, and then king forced to f5. Check with the king forced to f4 and mate on e5. But let's go back to the game. Bobby played queen to g4 and also keeping an eye on the mating square, and Sal unfortunately resigned in this position as he's just lost. His king is getting hunted down in the center of the board and no counterplay from him really. So guys, thanks for watching and thank you for the 1,000 subscribers. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.